G'day folks, today I'm back with another video and this time I'm going yabbying in this dam behind me. Was that a bit too over the top?
Absolutely it was.
Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Righto folks, I'm out here this afternoon yabbying with my wife Loretta. It's a yabbying / wildlife photography mission. I'm going to be using 3 open top lift nets, but I've modified my open top lift nets. I've changed them so that I can throw them out a bit easier and a bit better, hopefully. And I've replaced the ropes. You wait till you see what I've done to these nets. Right, now here's net number 1. I've replaced the cords on all these nets with this thicker rope in the hope that it doesn't tangle. People keep telling me to frisbee my nets in, spin them. But every time I've done that, it's kinked the line up. Muhammad, who watches my videos, has suggested that I try and find some kind of a swivel, so I did. I went to Bunnings and I found these. They're about $2 each. They're sort of like a carabiner clip, but they're a little bit different. Now, I think if they were stuck directly to the net, it would definitely prevent tangling. But because it's a rope tied to a rope, I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go and see how it goes. Hopefully I can just keep spinning like that without causing too many tangles in the nets. Now, net number 2. This also has the little clip. I've got 3 of these nets and they've all got them, those clips. Now, I've got a bit of rump steak in here. I don't usually use rump steak for bait. It is a very good bait, but it's not the most cost-effective bait. We went away over to the Mallee district last week, over to Hopeton, when I caught that catfish. And I accidentally forgot to put this in the freezer, this one. So the rest of them I ate, but there was one left and it was a few days out of date, so I decided to use it for bait. And you can probably see some white stuff floating on the water here. I cut the fat off the outside of the rump steak just to try and prevent it from floating up and making the bait too close to the hole at the top of the net. Now, net number 3, same deal with the swivel. This one has got a bit of redfin in it. Oh yeah, one of the redfin that I've kept recently, a head and just the centre, the carcass. And I'll put that out there. So I've got 3 nets in, 2 with rump steak, 1 with a bit of redfin carcass. Current time is 3:34. Can I make it to 4 o'clock? Can I get 26 minutes in before I impatiently check them the first time? The impatient check. I'm aiming for 4 o'clock. Righto, time to check them. Current time is 3:58 and 40 seconds. So I've almost made it to the full to 4 o'clock. Righto, let's go. What do we got? Whoa! I've hit the mother load. My God! Last time I put a net in here, I kid you not, the last time I put a net in here, I caught 4 big ones in about a 3-hour period in one check. Look at this. They are rippers. 1, 2, always check them for eggs. 3, 4. It's only been in 25 minutes. 5, 6, and look at this big cooner. Beautiful big yabbies. Big blue claws on him. 7, and it's only been in about 25 minutes. Whoa, I hit the mother load. I would have been happy with 1. I put a couple of nets in here about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So 1 net, I put 1 net in here about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was in the area and I just put it in as like a night watchman. I thought I'll put it in and I'll check it a bit later on. After 3 hours it had 4 yabbies in it. I was under the impression that there might be a few big yabbies in here, but not many. And then I just caught a whole heap of really big ones in the 1 net. Now I'm excited. I am having such a good run on the yabbies lately. This is where I caught those 4 in that 1 net a few weeks ago, right here. Look at that. Just 1. The other net had, what did it have, 7 real big ones or something. This has just got 1. Isn't that amazing, the difference that 6 or 7 metres can make? Now, one thing to remember with red meat is that it loses its smell, its scent, its flavour pretty quick. So usually the first couple of pulls are the best, then it can slow down. Whereas the fish carcasses in this other net can generally smell for a lot longer. Right, Net number 3. The fish guts net, the fish carcass, the carcass net, and it's caught 1. So what did I go? 7, 1 and 1. They're all really nice big yabbies too. Get out, mate. How'd you get it? Nice big yabbies with blue claws. Come on. I don't want to pull too hard or you pull his claw clean off. Fall into the bucket. Fall into the bucket. Go. There he goes. So was the first net 7 or 9? I can't remember. Either way, I've got 8 or 9 really nice big fat yabbies already. I'm off to a flying start. Righto, it's time for the next Checky McCheckerson. Current time 4:30. They've been in half an hour. I just missed one of the best photographic opportunities. I had a bird called a flycatcher that flew right in front of me and it just hovered in one spot flapping its wings, and I stuffed the photos up completely and I'm really disappointed in myself. Anyway, what did I get last time? 7, 1 and 1 I think it was. This time I'm going to go 2, 2 and 3. Let's try it. See how it goes. It's only going to be 2 in here this time. Oh, there's a massive one on the outside. There was a massive one on the outside. 1. I'm already wrong. 2, 3. These are nice size yabbies. They are lovely big yabbies. Mate, you get your claw stuck in there. Or no, you just hold on to it, you silly bugger. There was a real big one on the outside of that. Then he's got his claw stuck in there, you know. There he goes. They are beautiful big blue claw yabbies. Look at that. What a ripper. I said 2 in here. I think there was 4, wasn't there, or 5, but worth noting was the absolute monster that was on the outside. Wonder how my swivels are working. Well, me cords aren't tangled yet. This net only had 1 in it before. It's funny just sitting there watching the birds. When you come and check the nets, they all disappear. But by the time I sit back down in my chair, it only takes 5 or 10 minutes and they all start coming back out again. Right, this has only got to have 2 to have more than last time. It hasn't got any. It's got 1. You've got 1 that'd be a nice yabby for some dams, but I don't think he's big enough for this dam considering the monsters I'm catching. Wonder what happens if I throw a little bit sort of further down to the left there, over that way a bit more. This was the carcass net, the redfin carcass. This only had 1 in it earlier as well. Not a deep up this end of the dam. I wonder if that's got anything to do with it. There's a few in it this time. I was thinking about moving it, but it's a bit more encouraging this time. 1. 2. And then this big kahuna here. Haven't got a single yabby with eggs in it. 3. This has actually been a lot more successful than what I sort of thought would happen. I thought I might catch half a dozen if I'm lucky. I reckon I've already caught probably 12 or 14 in 2 checks. Right, now it's time to check the nets again. Now, because 30-minute intervals has been working so well, this time I've given it 45 minutes. You know before how I said I missed a really good photo opportunity of a flycatcher? Well, Loretta happened to get a really good photo of it. I'll share a couple of her photos after I check these nets. I was on a snag that time. Not 1. That net's been catching so many and that time nothing. I wonder if it's because it was on that snag. Now this one I moved down to the left a little bit before. I wonder if that's made any difference. Oh yes, look at the size of that big behemoth. There's 3 in here, but one of them's enormous. Big yabby. That is a massive yabby. Ain't too many people around that are going to tell you But that yabby is a little yabby. If I scrape the mud off him, he's just blue. Quite a bit of blue under there. No eggs. That is a ripper of a yabby. Look at the size of it. It's like a dinosaur. Right, I'll frisbee me net back out over there. Right, now it's time to check the carcass net. The redfin carcass. Somebody asked me the other day, why do you lift your nets, why do you check your nets so quick? I honestly don't know. One, and considering the behemoth size yabbies that I've been getting, I'll throw him back. I honestly don't know why I check them so quickly, why I pull them in so quickly. I suspect there's some kind of fear that if I go slow, they're going to fall out. Anyway, whatever I'm doing is working. I'm catching a few and I'm having a blast. Oh, now there's Loretta over there with her big bird camera. Hold your camera up. There it is. She's waiting for a bird to come and dip down over the water. Now the yabbying slowed down a little bit. The redfin net's been pretty consistent. It hasn't been outstanding all day, but it's been consistent. But these nets with the red meat have slowed down a bit and they've gone very pale looking. I suspect they've lost a lot of their scent. That happens quite a lot when you're yabbying or crayfishing with red meat. Next time I check them, I'll get my hands in and I'll squish the meat right up and try and release some more flavour. And then I'll throw them back in for their last soak. Righto, it's time to check them again. How bloody cool are Loretta's photos? She's got an awesome camera and she knows how to use it. Righto, let's go. Now this time, I'm going to get my fingers and I'm going to try and squash up the meat a little bit and make it bleed. There's 4 in here. That one can go back. That one can go in the bucket. They're beautiful big blue claws on it. It's not a monstrous yabby, but it's just got big blue claws. That one can go back. That'll be a big yabby in some of the dams that I go yabbying in. And that one can go in the bucket. Now, this is going to be the last check. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get my fingers and mash this up a little bit. Try and release some of that blood. See that bloody meat there? Try and release some of that bloody smell. That should do. Let's just see how that goes for the last check. Now I'll do the same with this net. I'll try and freshen the meat up a little bit. And there's one dark one. I was going to say black one, but he's not black, he's just dark. He's turning black. He's turning Blackanese. Remember that song? Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Dun, 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 dun. Well, let's make the blood pour out of the meat. Ripping the flesh. Sort of sound like I enjoy this, don't I? I do a bit. I remember, and this is no jokes, I went to the Wangaratta Tech School, but I did go to the high school for a little while to study biology, and I think it was year 10 biology. We had to cut up an ox heart, and I'd been cutting up ox hearts for years as crayfish bait, and the other girls are dry reaching and they've all got their gloves on, and it's like slash 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 with no gloves on. Now the old redfin net, this one can't be I can't put my fingers in this and make it bleed because it's white meat, it's got no blood, it's full of yabby. Oh, I tipped one out. I tipped one out, but I still got 4. Once again, beautiful big blue claws. I'm not sure whether I tipped it out or whether it was on the outside of the net. I'll put 2 in the bucket. And I'll put Put 2 in the bucket and 2 back in the dam. Alright, redfin net. The redfin's been consistent, hasn't it? It's just a couple in it every time. So far there's no sign of my cord kinking. Maybe those little swivels, those little clips that I got at Bunnings are working. Alright, let's leave them in for the last check. Right, while I'm waiting for the nets for the last time, I want to tell you I've hurt my back again. I've got a really sore back. This seems to be an ongoing problem. I went to the doctor the other day and I said to him, every morning I wake up with a sore back. He said, well, that's easy fix. Start waking up in the afternoon. No, seriously, I went in and I said, I've got an appointment with the doctor. And the receptionist said, which doctor? I said, no, just a normal doctor. No need to see a witch doctor. Righto, folks, it's time to check them like David Beckham. Now, I've just decided that any yabbies I catch, I'm going to put them back. I couldn't be bothered cooking them. Catch and release yabbying. I've just had a fantastic afternoon. I've come out here with Loretta. We've got some bird photos, or Loretta's got some awesome bird photos. I've had heaps of fun catching some yabbies. It's just been very relaxing. So now I'm going to catch them, put them in the bucket, empty them into the net, get a photo of them all, count them, and then I'm going to put them back like Jack Black. Right. What have we got? Has the recently re-scented squished up meat been successful? Oh, yes, no, maybe. The size of that big kahuna. All right, 2. So I'm not sure whether the meat's been successful or not, because there was nothing really outstanding. Anyway, I'll put them in the bucket. Now this old meat here, I'll untie that and I'll throw that into the dam to feed everything else in the system. And over there, at the end of this dam, there's an ant nest. And I had a heap of redfin scraps. I had a couple of other redfin scraps. I had them here for spares. And I didn't use them, so I threw them on there for the ants. And just looking over there now, they're looking almost black. There's so many ants on those redfin bits and pieces. Right, net number 2. Oh, I got a big one. 2. Tell you what, if I was going to keep these, they'd be the best feeder yabbies I've had all season. Because the average size, I haven't caught a small one. I've not caught a single small one. The average size has been rather large. But we'll tally them up in a minute. Get a look at them all together. Righto, the final check. The redfin carcass net has got, oh, it's got a heap in it. Look at that. One of the more successful checks of the afternoon. Look at these beautiful big yabbies. That is a ripper of a yabby. Oh, we nearly got me that one. 4. Get this big black one out of the corner here. Look at that. Beautiful big black yabby with big dark claws. What a ripper. Now I've just taken the redfin out of there and thrown it in the dam. I'm about to do a bit of a tally up and see how many yabbies are in that bucket. But before I do, let's go for a quick wander over here and have a look at these redfin bits and pieces that I put on the ant nest. I only put them there about 15 or 20 minutes ago. Have a look at how many ants are on them. There are thousands of ants on there. I've got to fatten those ants up. I've got to look after the local echidna population. Righto folks, it's time to do a bit of a tally up. Let's see how many we've caught. What I'm going to do first is try and get the grass out of here without getting my fingers bitten off. There's a lot of claws in this bucket. And then I'm going to tip into this net. Oh, they've gone everywhere. I've missed the bucket. Look at them all. Now I've missed the bucket. I've missed the bucket. Look at them. Heaps of big yabbies. So many big ones. Get in there, mate. I want to get a photo of you all together. Like a family portrait. Those ones won't let go. You need to get, let's get this bite to let go. Look at the size of that one there. Right, that is an absolute donkey of a yabby. Wow, look at all of those yabbies. That net weighs a lot. Can I get that camera for a tick? Have a look at all those yabbies. That is an epic haul of yabbies. Well, I'm going to get a quick photo before I let them go. I'll put them in the water so they're okay. Then I'll get a photo, then I'll let them go. Right, let's get a count. Let's get a count of these big monsters. 1, 2, 3. Look at the size of that.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, speeding the process up, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28,
29, 30. And look at the size of this one. That is a beautiful big yabby. See you later, mate. $31, another beautiful big one. $32, $33. I probably threw back about a dozen or so in the last few hours while I've been yabbing. So I've caught around about 45 yabbies, and they were big yabbies. Well, folks, that was easily one of the best yabbying sessions I've ever had. That's going to stick in my mind for many years to come. Recently, when I made that yabby sandwich video, I think I caught more yabbies, and there were some nice ones amongst them, but nothing like this. This was next level. They were most of them were really big yabbies. Quality and quantity all in one go. What a ripper session. Now, if you thought this dam looks familiar, well, if you've seen the video that I made a few years ago called The Great Yabbying Disaster, that was this dam. The water was lower, it was cold, the mud was slippery, and I fell arse over head a few times. Anyway, folks, today has just been next level. I'm excited, I've had a great time. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Was that too overdone?